Hey guys, in this video, I'll be showing you iPads on every iOS from iOS 3 to iOS 9. Let's get into it. First up, I've got this original iPad 1 with iOS 3.2.2. See right there, it is on, you can tell it's on iOS 3.2.2. However, unfortunately, it's not a rare one since this was downgraded to this version using an iBoot exploit in 5.1.1. Next up, we've got an iPad 2 on iOS 4.3.3, and it's a 64 gigabyte model as well. You can see, so this one is rare. Next up, we've got an iPad 3 on iOS 5.1. This is the very first iOS for this model. Only 16 gigabyte. You can see this is a very rare iPad 3 on its very first iOS version. iOS 5.1. This is the very first version this iPad came with. Next up, we've got this iPad Mini 1 on iOS 6.1.3. To prove you this iPad is a mini and not a normal size iPad. So you can take a look at the back. Obviously, the only iOS 6 iPad that could look like this on the back would be the mini, because the normal size iPads all looked a lot like this on the back. Next up, we've got an iPad Air 1 running iOS 7. See, this one is on the very first version of iOS it came on. And just like the iPad 3 that you saw, this iPad Air 1 is on its very first version of iOS. Here we've got an iPad Mini 3 on iOS 8.0. And if you saw one of my other videos, in this version of iOS 8.0 on the Mini 3 doesn't even have an IPSW. I'm not even sure why 8.0 exists on the Mini 3 when it came out a month after the iPhone 6 did. It's pretty crazy how this even got 8.0 when the Air 2 never had 8.0, and that came out the same time as this iPad. And lastly, we've got a monster of an iPad here. And this is a first generation iPad Pro in the 12.9 size on iOS 9.3.4. And this is a monster of an iPad, especially with iOS 9. Just look at how much space there is between all the apps. Isn't that crazy? Thanks for watching.